Ryan. I sing in this band.
My name is Keith, and I play guitar.
Adam, bass.
Brownie.
Ted, I play guitar.
Nick, I play drums.
Yeah, I'll take that. Well, Teddy, this guy behind us here in the middle, is kind of a new addition to the band, so he's been adding a lot to the writing process. And that song we kind of had is a traditional song between the old guy and him, so it worked out really well. I mean, the song is, I think, a little bit more on the poppier side than our old stuff, less hard, but it's, you know, more melody driven. As far as the video, I think we just called Jared and we asked him to come out for a day and hang out with us, and that's kind of what happened, and he did a good job.
I actually had those lyrics for like a year. I was just kind of sitting on them. Usually when I write songs in any band I've ever done, I like to write it for the specific song. I kind of sit with headphones and really jot it down, but I had a lot of parts from that because a friend of mine and Brownies that we actually played in bands with for the past 10 years killed himself. He like committed suicide, and I actually hated his guts toward the end of him. That sounds really awful. Yeah. Toward the end of him when he killed himself, but I felt so awful about it that I felt compelled to write this song. So it was that song it was perfect to me for those lyrics. So it just kind of worked out. I'm really proud of that song. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Break Anchor from Detroit. That's the singer of the Suicide Machine's new band, which is insane because I grew up worshiping that band.
Cool. You guys stoked about that?
Unbelievably.
Yeah, we're really excited. We haven't had anything pressed on wax yet, so this is our first.
Oh, so you got an actual record?
Yeah.
Ohio City is Killing Me is the B-side to this split. So we're doing a song called She Spilled My Coffee, and we did a Operation Ivy cover.
Oh, cool.
And that's going to be on our side. And they did a Dag Nasty cover and an original. Yeah, so that's the whole idea. It's coming out on Vinyl Communique out of Chicago. It should be out in spring. We're trying to book dates, but we kind of got to wait till we have that. So I don't really know what we can do yet.
Yeah, it's been a while since you guys put something out. Your last release was a year and a half ago, I think.
September 2012.
Demo style.
And didn't you guys say you printed that on cassette? So at least you have some stuff out.
No, the cassettes fell through. I mean, we
Oh.
obviously just kind of handed them out for when we did the Taking Back Sunday dates, and any of the tours we've done, we just literally handed them out. You got a free copy with shirts and stuff. But
cool.
We'd leave them on bus stops and shit. I mean, it was they're out. You know, we didn't care about.
We'd have CD burning parties where we just all hang out and just burn CDs and
drink a grip of beers and really
saw stuff and you know.
Nick, you want to answer that, man?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
It was sick. It was sick. No, it was unbelievable. It was like a glimpse into everything I've ever worked for as a musician. Like, you definitely kind of, it's surreal. Like, you show up and then, you know, you show up at this enormous venue, all these people just like kind of guide you to where you're supposed to go. You get laminates, you get backstage, we got pizza or chips and salsa.
Yeah, you basically get anything you want.
It was really crazy. I mean,
and we felt kind of out of place.
Yeah,
I think,
a lot different than what we're used to.
Yeah, we didn't really feel like we
It was cool.
knew what we were doing there, but everyone was so nice on that tour. Every one from band members to crew to venue people. Everyone was just so happy because it's like the best thing you could possibly be doing.
I learned
this kind of stuff.
I learned a lot on those 2 days. Like, I felt like I saw how bands kind of stick together. Like they all kind of did their own thing during the day because you're together so long. A lot of like attitudes flare up. You kind of learn a lot about each other, and I feel like to really get along, you do have to have that space, especially on month-long tours like that. I mean, Brownie and I have been out for months before, and it's like, I want to kill this dude at the end of the I still don't like him because of it. But like,
they don't get along.
But like,
they're probably gonna fight before this thing's over.
Church baby. But like,
hit him over the head with the guitar.
You really do need to take that time and take that, you know, have that space, and I saw that with Taking Back Sunday, especially like Eddie, the guitar player, would go like, you know, he'd get scooped up by a friend, and they'd go, you know, see like a movie or something, and you just, I thought that was really cool, you know.
Yeah. Ultimately, it was just like, you could tell it was like a really relaxing time for most of those dudes because a lot of that shit's taken care of. You just show up and you do your own thing, and
professional.
People are moving your
Cool
gear
Right.
around, and you're just
It really-
do whatever you want.
It's
so.
not like when we play shows, it's like, let's get ripped and play a bunch of punk songs, you know?
Right.
Because that's the punk that I grew up
Yeah.
on, man, like US Bombs and stuff like that. But these dudes, I mean, it's a job. Like, they make money doing that, so, like, you can't, there's no room to be a dickhead, you know? Like, you can't just be, like, smash drunk and, like, I don't know. It's
there are
definitely
other,
next level.
Other players involved, so
Yeah.
if you don't show up for your set, it's
Where we is, like,
fuck
entirely
everybody.
DIY, they're, like, very professional.
Yeah,
You know, so.
We learned a lot.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very cool, man.
All that potential in you, everything you could be, but you'll never say.
I would personally say how easy it is to get shows. There's a show every night at almost 5 venues that, you know, whether what your band's genre is considered or not, like, you can play a show every night. I mean, it's a good network of people. I don't think people are kind of stuck on themselves, really. Like, a lot of bands help each other
Yeah,
out,
a
especially
lot
the
of
younger
people.
kids. It's, yeah.
Yeah, I see that a lot. That, like, of people in Ohio in general, they're, you know, mostly, you know, not egotistical and stuck up.
Yeah, they're very welcoming,
sure.
Yeah.
especially in the scene that we're kind of in. Everyone's very supportive of each other, and yeah, getting on shows is very easy because there's all, like you said, there's hundreds of venues throughout, you know, Northeast Ohio. So it's like,
Yeah.
if you want to play anytime you can, because there's always something going on.
Hated someone so much that you lost sleep, sick to your stomach, worried, no clue what they'll do.
I think mine would be we played with Above His Fire. Was it a year ago maybe this time?
January.
Yeah, that was at the
January?
grog shop.
At the Grog
Yeah.
Shop, and that
Oh,
was
man, that
it
was
was
so
insane.
fun.
It was like beyond sold out, like people on people, and it was just the best time. All friends and everybody was into the music. That was like the best night. So I'd say that was my
That
favorite.
was cool.
I played a lot of shows.
Yeah, I know. This is a hard question.
Actually, I played with Taking Back Sunday in my old band, NSDWO, at the Pit, Cleveland. It was my first show with that band. It was like 2001 or 2, and that was really kind of mind-blowing to me because it was sold out. It was huge.
You
Or
guys, Detroit show too.
that was in Detroit. Yeah, we played, Brownie and I and Reek Havoc played a show with the Suicide Machines, who, like, I have a Suicide Machines tattoo on my leg. I don't know if you can see that thing, but like, they're like, that band like changed my life for real. Like,
Yeah.
they really genuinely, like, I would swim in my parents' pool and like listen to Destruction by Definition every day growing up, and then I got to be friends with the guy. It was like really mind blowing. But we did a hardcore band called Wreak Havoc, and we played in Detroit, a sold out show in their hometown at St. Andrews Hall,
Yeah.
and it was bananas. I mean, literally just unbelievable.
We
But I played
that,
outside of the Rock Hall one time with Chiodos. That was really fun. That was in my old band.
We played that house show earlier in that day too. The basement.
And Kent.
That was a
or-
double show day.
That was Toledo. BG.
BG?
One of those shows. I played a lot of
Yeah.
shows.
Right.
But I like house shows, man. That's, to me, I would rather play like face to face with people than be on like a big ass stage, and like it was weird, like with the Taking Back Sunday stuff, and whenever we get to play like a big stage, it's just like a little weird separation.
Having those barriers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Security
Like
I'd rather be drinking PBRs and like hanging
Yeah.
out and playing
High-fiving
punk, you
dudes
know what I'm
out.
saying? Like,
as a fan, it's hard when you're just looking up there and you're
Right,
like, oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where everyone is. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
you lose that connection. But,
a weird vibe,
mhm.
most definitely.
Ripples in the water, you feel like a goddamn failure.
I'm a really big
Ages.
fan of Ages. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
And they're so young, but their new record is fantastic.
Mhm.
Bury Your Head.
Yeah, we interviewed them.
Yeah, like a month ago, right?
Yeah, a month and a half ago,
6 months
outside
ago?
Now That's Class, in
They're
like a
good kids.
blizzard. Yeah, they're
good
really young. I went out there and they're like, oh, you're all like 19 and 20, and they're putting on some great
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, they're
It's
really
weird.
good.
They're incredible
City Cop,
musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Myers is
City
doing
Cop,
big things.
Light Years,
City Cop's
those are
awesome.
my dudes. I really like this band that hasn't put out music yet, but I have their demo. They're called Closures. It's members of Above This Fire. They're really good hardcore. That's gonna change a lot of stuff around here, I feel like. I really like Reverse the Curse from Columbus. That band's incredible. All Dinosaurs. I mean, Worship This is
This,
great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to be so connected to the hardcore scene, and now it's like so different. I just don't. Local bands, I'm really kind of behind. I don't get to go to a lot of local shows anymore. It's a bummer, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of how it is.
What happens when you get old?
Yeah.
Have kids, can't
Have
really go to
kids,
shows
right,
anymore.
Yeah, have careers.
No, but
and
it's
Yeah.
really cool though, because all those bands we just named, I think, you know, we all kind of know everyone knows
Right,
bands.
you got friends in every
Yeah,
band.
and everyone kind of supports each other, and like Harvey Picar, those guys too.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Mhm.
Everyone's really close, and everyone is really gets along. Like there's really no beef right now. I think with all the the bands that are kind of going right now. Everyone's just kind of
Yeah.
all buddies and shit. So.
Where I'll be, I can guarantee I'll be thinking about all those times we
100% would
say
be
on the
lost.
camera?
Yeah, like this is going on the website, so you
100%.
can swear. I don't
Me
really
and
care.
this dude. Me and this
You know,
dude.
I mean, it's going on the internet, so like,
Right.
yeah.
I got a real wild story. I'm gonna leave out certain aspects of it, but
We lost a van.
me and this dude in New York, our show fell through. Our van was broken down, so we took it to Long Island. We played a show in Long Island. We were supposed to go to Brooklyn to play the next day, but our van was broken down, so we left it in Long Island to get fixed, and we went to Long Island to try, to Brooklyn to try to use another band's gear to find out the show was like canceled. Like the kid just didn't do anything. So, but we were in the city and we all had different friends in the city. So we all kind of split up. But me and this guy and our merch guy John Brady, who he works with at a bar called ABC Tavern, we went and just like took over like several bars and just got super hammered. Well, this guy ends up losing. He looks insane. He looks like a homeless Charles Manson kind of guy, like enormous beard, just like a real unkept kind of dude, you know.
He's
Well,
a real drunk guy in the video.
He's a
So,
real, yeah.
Right,
In
he's
the
a
Ohio
real
City's
drunk
Killing
guy.
Me video, he's the guy passing out, which is not a joke. That was him literally passing out drunk because he gets inebriated as the devil. But that guy lost his phone. And he always ends up shirtless. He ends up shirtless, and we were, for some reason, we would scream yes at bars. We'd be like, yes, 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 yes. But we'd get the whole bar doing it. And this whole bar was doing it. What was the bar called? Do you remember what it's called?
I wish I did.
It had a real clever name, but that's beside the point. So, like,
So he ended up waking up on a porch,
he
surrounded by police.
He went out to
officers
smoke a
and-
cigarette. It was
Oh,
at
I
5
know.
a.m. because bars closed at 4. We were hammered. He went to smoke a cigarette and passed out because he was so drunk. But the doors locked behind him, so he couldn't get up, and he didn't have his phone to call any of us. So someone going to work the next morning thought he was like a New York junkie, like on the street, like New York Doll style or something, and called the police on him. The police came and harassed him. They're like, "What are you doing?" He like has his shirt off, or no, he's wearing a masked
wearing a
intruder
masked
shirt.
intruder
This is like something about like steel
Yeah.
things or something, you know?
They're all us.
Yeah. So, like, so they're like giving him a real hard time, and like pat him down. But somehow this dude makes it to Long Island to our van without his phone. We had no idea where he was at. It
First
took us
one
like
there.
he was the first one there. It took us like a whole day to figure out where his phone
Yeah.
was. This girl ended up. She thought it was her friend's phone. We got his phone for him. It was
It's another
really wild story. There's
Yeah.
a lot of factors I have to leave out of that story.
Yeah,
but it was,
I'd imagine.
It was like
Really
rat
genuinely-
race where everyone's kind of convening back at the van, like everybody.
It's
was
it's
apart.
what you would expect.
And we all thought he was
I
not
didn't
going to
see
show
Mark
up, and he was
at
like the
all.
first guy.
It's what you would expect from a bunch of drunk Cleveland punk rockers in New York, just like dropped in New York. Yeah.
every single night. I can't imagine life without you. Wherever you are, I hope you're doing better.
I'm going with the new Flatliners.
You know,
Dead Language is pretty good. I like it.
I've been listening to Gatherer. Like
They're
that a
good.
lot,
Yeah, they played in Kent a few times.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I've actually been jamming this band. They're from St. Louis. They're called Foxing. They're completely like just out of our genre, more like ambient kind of like post rock stuff. But they're amazing. They just put out a record a couple weeks ago, and it's fantastic. I can't remember the name. It might be self-titled, but they're really good.
I've been super into that new Nothing record. It's called Guilty of Everything. It's just like super dream pop, really just nihilistic lyrics. Other than that, like, what do I listen to a lot?
Brian over here, he likes
I don't listen to anything new. It's all
Yeah, it's old.
Prussian-
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be new.
Prussian-
American Nightmare records, not caring.
Right.
It doesn't have to be new stuff.
Yeah. What's a new, like, that new Iron Sheik is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a super good record.
Really good.
I'm kind of stuck in, like, I'm not gonna lie, like 90s hardcore too. I listen to a lot of stuff I grew up on, like Dedication, AN, Panic, stuff like that, you know.
Defeater's probably the newest shit that I listen to.
Theater.
I know it's hard. I guess
Citizen.
you know
When you think-
it's hard to find new stuff because you're like, oh, I like this old
Right.
stuff so much. You don't really. It takes a large effort to like.
I
Go
crave new
through all
music,
this
but I
old
get
stuff.
over it so quick.
Yeah.
I always end up going back to what I love, you
Right.
know.
Mm.
But
So
I
much.
I really jam this band called Apart right now. The album's called Grey Light. It's like unbelievable. They're like a better Touche Amore. I really like them.
Cool.
I don't know. A lot of screamo,
Yeah.
a lot of hardcore.
There's a lot of music
Russian
out there.
A lot of
Circles,
punk rock and
Memorial,
post-rock.
that's
It's a great
came out
album.
last year. Late. That's a really good record.
Yeah, I think it's not funny. It's cool that you guys have influences that aren't just like
Oh yeah, man.
straight up 100% hardcore. 'Cause
My favorite
it's kinda
bands
boring.
are like one of my favorite bands is like Appleseed Cast. I love that band.
I just got the new
Mm.
Beck today.
I want to get that actually. I love
Phenomenal.
I always
You
like
just
that.
made Gina's day.
It's unreal. It's so good.
I'm going to South by Southwest this weekend.
Oh,
and
cool.
I have like my whole phone is just like shows. So like
Mm.
I'm gonna see so many shows. Like Washed Out. I'm gonna see Nothing. Power Trip. Power Trip rules. That's another hard band I'm
That'd be
into.
sweet.
10,000 bands.
I'm gonna see so many bands. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait.
Trouble just to pass up.